was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Now, for my members who are in copper with us, FCX, make sure that you sell into copper, take profits going into the close today. We had a beautiful rally in copper. Sell into it. Don't get out totally, but take some profits in our copper stock. Okay, so copper's doing good. And on the other hand, we are shorting, continue to short GOLD, the stock GOLD. We're doing nicely selling short gold. We're doing nicely where we purchase copper. That's the nice thing about knowing how to do both. When you know how, in other words, with the same ease, you know how to short a stock as you do buy a stock, that's when you start making money consistently. Until then, you can't make money consistently. Anybody who thinks he's just going to come in the stock market and just buy stocks and find that hot stock, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You got to stay with your same 5 big stocks all the time. Your same stocks that's in every hedge fund, in every mutual fund, in every pension fund. And by the way, talking about pension funds and insurance companies, what they're not telling you, the fake business news networks, okay, is that the pension funds and the insurance companies since 2008 has been driving this stock market. After the crash of 2008, our owners, the 1/100th of 1%, that's who owns the Federal Reserve, cut a deal after the crash with the insurance companies and the pensions. We're talking about Bernanke, we're talking about Aunt B. The deal was, let's make a lot of money. Here's what we'll do. We're going to print all this money. We're going to print about $145 billion every month. And we're going to take that money and we're going to drive interest rates down to zero. Then what we're going to do is once interest rates at zero, we're going to go and we're going to we're going to give that money to the commercial banks, and the commercial banks are going to go in and they're going to buy from you insurance companies and you pension companies. They're going to buy from you your treasuries, your bonds, and those bonds are going to go on the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. So if they buy $20 million in bonds, now you got $20 million in cash. We want you to go and push the stock market. Go start buying stocks. You just keep buying stocks, and we'll keep buying your bonds. This way we can artificially push the stock market up without profits, without earnings, without top-line sales. They should be in jail for doing that. Well, there's a warning on the horizon right now. I've been watching this for my members. We're starting to see now where the pension funds and the insurance companies have cut back big time. They have to, because the basis for pensions and insurance companies are bonds. They can't keep selling their bonds. So they have cut back tremendously in the amount of bonds they are now, that they've been selling to the gangsters, and then take the cash in place of the bonds to go buy stocks to artificially push this market higher. I mean, it's amazing. Most people have no idea what's going on. They have no clue. No clue. All the stimulus. Now, if you think about it, why would we be so lucky to think the stimulus helps the economy? It never helps the economy. They tried it under FDR, didn't work. They tried it under Bush, it didn't work. They tried it under Obama, it didn't work. It didn't work. This stimulus. Stimulus does nothing. It doesn't sustain. The market goes up. It's like a shot of heroin or coke, gets somebody all high, but then it stops. It's the same thing. You got to have earnings. You got to have profits. We need productivity, not stimulus. This stimulus is nothing more than a scam. You got to start learning when to get out of this market. You got to start learning how to make money when this market finally collapses, and start buying stocks on sale. Do you remember when Amazon went down to $6 a share? Then you start buying. We're going to have great opportunities, tremendous opportunities. I've told people, look, join my gang now, get into my gang now, because when this market crashes, not so much just that you want to short the market and make money, but you know the deals? Do you know the bargains? That's how you make money in this industry. You make money when everybody throws their stock away, when they all panic and throw it away. And you just sit on the sideline waiting for that. And then when they throw it away, you come in and you pick it up. We did that. Look what we did. We were making an average of 40% returns. 40% returns on our oils, on our... we had our oils, and we had our airlines, cruise lines. Remember, nobody wanted airlines, cruise lines. Now, who's going to go on a cruise? Who's going to go to Las Vegas? Nobody's buying Vegas stocks. We did when nobody wanted them. And the returns we made were 40, 50%. Now, everybody's doing the opposite now. They're starting to go in and buy stocks right out the very, very top. And they believe stimulus is doing something. And then they listen to these people who just totally lie. I'll tell you the biggest news we got, that the market's ready to crash, is right here. When Larry Kudlow came back on, they gave him his own show this week. And when you hear Larry Kudlow on his own show, you know it's ready to crash.
The economy looks to me like it's doing very good. It's a V-shaped recovery. It's a red-hot economy, folks. We'll talk about gigantic numbers later in the show. There's a V-shaped boom going.
When you hear Larry Kudlow, this is exactly what happened right before the tech crash. Right before the dot-com crash. He said the same thing. And he also told us back then, don't look at the bond market, he said. Don't look at the bond market. That's all you look at as the bond market. The bond market tells you the truth. Here he is. He's back again. He got fired from CNBC. He got fired. Now Fox brings him on. Like he's this great genius. Anybody who listens to him, you're going to go broke. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine him coming on and saying stuff like this?
It's a red-hot economy, folks. We'll talk about...
Red-hot economy? When you got schools closed, we got still almost 10 million people, 22 million people lost their jobs. We still have 10 million who didn't got their jobs back. And most of the jobs that came back are the wrong jobs. They're all part-time, weak jobs. Are you kidding me? A roaring economy? If it's roaring, why are they raising minimum wage $15? If it was a roaring economy, why are we doing another $2 trillion in stimulus? I mean, that makes no sense. Does it to you? If it's roaring like he says, why do you do stimulus? He's so stupid, Larry Kudlow is so stupid, he doesn't understand how stupid he sounds. Listen how stupid he sounds.
It's a red-hot economy, folks.
Red-hot economy. Then why do we need $2 trillion in stimulus? And then they're going to do another stimulus after that stimulus. What are you, nuts? Are you kidding? It is just amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing. This is crazy. And our budget deficits, they're going up $3.8 billion a day. How can you have a hot economy with $3.8 billion a day in budget deficits? We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
thinking about investing in the stock market, go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember the other day I said that we're watching our bank stocks. We're doing very well with Wells Fargo. Matter of fact, when Warren Buffett, they made an announcement that Warren Buffett was selling his Wells Fargo stock. The same day I said to my members, let's buy it. We now have we're over a 40% return in Wells Fargo. And we saw a great buy signal, which means our color-coded charts showed that big institutions were coming in and buying. That's what you have to watch for. You just don't care about the fundamentals of the company, what the company is doing. You don't care about the profits of the company. Remember, companies don't go up anymore because of profits. They only go up because the big institutions are buying. And that's what we try to do. We try to drive our members to where those institutions are putting their money. And our color-coded technology does that for us. Try it for 10 days. It's absolutely free. It works, believe me. And the best thing, you get out in time. You get out in time. That's the biggest problem. Right now, I'll tell you, the banks, they're going to be running the banks. They got to push these banks up to sustain this rally. Now, this is a stimulus rally. Remember how stimulus rallies work. Stimulus, they don't work at all for a long period of time, because when you put in stimulus, the stock market goes up, then it stops, and then it starts contracting, because stimulus does nothing. It does nothing. All it does is pop the stock up a little bit, and then it stops, and you got to wait for that next stimulus. When you have good profits and earnings, and your stock goes up on good profits and earnings, it stays there. It's stable. It doesn't come back down unless there's bad earnings or something, some announcement. But when you're depending on stocks to go up on stimulus, you got to know when to get out. Do you understand what they did? I told you early in the show, the first thing these gangsters did after the crash of 2008 to help the very, very wealthy, the 1 percentile and the 1/100th of 1 percentile, they made sure that they cut a deal with the insurance companies and the pension funds, and they played a game, and they should all be in jail for it. Simply, we'll come in, print money, we'll buy your treasuries, we'll buy your bonds, we'll buy your mortgage-backed securities, and then you're going to have all this cash, and then you take that cash and go buy stocks. And we'll keep doing this. We'll keep doing this. We'll keep rolling these over, keep rolling, so we can push the stock market up so we don't need any profits. We don't need any profits. Isn't that ridiculous? That's what they've been doing. And that's just one thing they've been doing. Of course, the other thing they've been doing is remember when they first started out, they printed all this money, they went and they bought treasuries, dropped interest rates to zero, and they started to lie to everybody when the stock market started to go up. Who's making money? All the rich. Right? They're making money. They said, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. The stock market's going up and the rich are benefiting. Only the rich are benefiting. But guess what? They're going to take all that money and they're going to plow it right back into their companies. And when they plow it back into the companies, that's going to help all the workers. Their productivity is going to go up. They're going to get raises. All a lie. All a lie. They printed the money all right. And guess what? When the stock price went up, they did stock buybacks. There was no benefit for the worker. The only time the worker benefits in this country, if he's producing more goods, he's got to produce more goods. When you're producing, remember, we got rid of our productivity. We got rid of our manufacturing because the gangsters, they wanted an economy based on banking. They didn't want an economy based on manufacturing. They could make more money. They could rig it. And that's what they've been doing. So right now, we are seeing this last rally. Now, it could last for quite a while because we never had a stimulus like this. We never had a stimulus like this in the stock market where every day it just keeps going up. So enjoy it and stay with it and just make sure you know when to get out of the stock. That's all you need. Everybody should be in the stock market and enjoy this rally. Because every time the market comes down, they push it right back up again. But you got to know when to get out. Now, the big thing is, other than the bank stocks, the stocks that you want to be getting out of is you want to be getting out of your Facebook. You want to be getting out of your Netflix. And I know you're not going to do it, but I'm just telling you, you want to be getting rid of those because those now are short. The only pattern that's still working is Google. And that'll probably break down next week. But if you look at Facebook, you look at Netflix, the pattern on those stocks right there are telling you the institutions are pulling their money out. Tesla, okay? We just started to short Tesla. Now, it's going to be a tough short because every time you go and short it, you always got 500 more people coming in, never been in a stock before. The first thing they buy is Tesla. They all buy Tesla came down. I'm going to go buy some. I mean, you got everybody, cab drivers, whatever, all buying Tesla. They don't know what they're doing. That was just like the dot-com crash. This is setting up just like the dot-com crash, just like the housing crash. It's exciting. But the difference this time is we're going to get a longer period of time where the market keeps rallying due to the stimulus. All this printing of money to keep the market going higher. Another good bank stock, we saw today, J.P. Morgan was trying to break out today. J.P. Morgan. See, they got to run the bank stocks to hold up the entire market. So just watch your bank stocks. That's where the opportunity is going to be, in your bank stocks. They've got to force those stocks up. They have no choice. That's why we're in Wells Fargo. And Wells Fargo broke out beautifully for us this week. J.P. Morgan's starting to break out for us this week. So the banks is where you want to be. The builders. I'm going to tell you, the builders. We're starting to short the builders. We're pulling our money out of the builders, and we're starting to short the builders. Okay, so you don't want to be in those. I'll tell you that right now. And if the industrial stocks, like Caterpillar and FedEx and all these, okay, if they start backing off, then the market's going to get weak. But right now, what we're seeing, Caterpillar is one of our stocks, broke out beautiful today. Broke out nice. It had a beautiful day today. It was the low today on Caterpillar was 202.70, and the high today on Caterpillar is 211.09. Beautiful move. So again, the opportunity is there. You just got to know when to get out. If you don't know when to get out, you shouldn't be in the market. That's simple. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time, but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The numbers we just got for the month of January on retail sales and housing and production and cars were fabulous. Not good, fabulous.
You know, as well as the bad economics, we've also got bad mathematics going on here as well because, interest rates for asset prices should be higher, but not this high.
So who's telling the truth? Who do you listen to? Who do you listen to? Do you listen to this person?
The economy is in very, very good shape. Consumers are in fabulous shape.
Let's see. The consumer's in fabulous shape. Well, let's check that out. We did some research, and what we look at are the consumer packaged goods. Are they selling? And they're not. The top 10 consumer packaged goods are not selling. That's a very good thing to look at, because if they're not selling, it's telling you the consumer is hurting. They're not buying soaps. They're not buying different hair products like L'Oreal. They're not buying different chips like Lay's chips or Maggie or Lifebuoy or Colgate or Coke or Pepsi. So what's happening is the 10 most popular consumer packaged goods are not selling. So they're lying to us. Their job is one thing only: to get you to feel good, to get you go spend. That's what Larry Cuddle's been doing his whole life on CNBC before now he's got this job. This is what they do. So here's my job. My job is to get my members into good stocks and to make sure they get out in time. We don't care if the stock is profitable or not the company's profitable or not It makes no difference if the company makes a profit or none. It makes no difference. Because if they're going to move the stock up, they'll move it up. The institutions will get together. When I say institutions, I'm talking about the big insurance companies. I'm talking about the big hedge funds. I'm talking about the big pension funds. They all get together and say, let's buy UPS, or let's buy Caterpillar. In my charting system, mine that I designed, the algorithm picks up that volume, picks up that noise, picks up that volume of money that starts going in. It starts telling you, hey, more money is going in. They're starting to buy. There's like for example, Caterpillar. We spotted Caterpillar, and Caterpillar, money started to go into Caterpillar. Look at it. Took off big today. Beautiful. Took off big today. A couple of stocks we had like that, really doing well. But we don't marry those stocks because the economy's no good. These stocks are just, all of them going up. It's all fake. But we sure can make a lot of money at it. We just got to make sure we get out. And 85% of you will never get out in time. But we can stop that. You can stop that by simply joining my gang for 10 days and look at the chart. And that chart will assist you. The chart will tell you when to get out. Not only get in, but when to get out in time. And you haven't got to pay anything for it until the 10th day. It works. Now, as I said, these packaged goods are really, the sales of these packaged goods, bad shape. Bad shape. Look, the fake Business News Network are taking parking space in our heads that the consumer is strong. You hear that, all the clips I pay. Don't listen to them. How could that be? When 48% of the consumers who have credit cards, 48% are making just minimum payments. So how does that square? How does that square? That's Larry Kudlow and his dreams.
The numbers we just got for the month of January on retail sales and housing and production and cars were...
Let's talk about housing. Who's buying those houses? Who's buying the houses? Not the average. We have 157 million people in our workforce. Who's buying those houses? Not the average guy in the workforce. The person who's making $100,000, $200,000 a year. They're buying those houses. They're buying those houses. 78% of the workforce aren't buying houses. They're not buying houses. They can't afford it. Why? Because there's no productivity. Why? Because the corporations aren't taking their profits and not plowing it back into the company to increase productivity. They don't care about increasing productivity. What do they care about? making more furniture, more chairs, more tables. CEO don't care if he makes more tables or not. He can make his stock go up, whether it's one table, he makes one table a month or one table a year. He can make his stock go up even if the company's losing money. He just buys his own shares. You just got to know which stocks to be in, which group to be in. And once you figure that out, and we'll help you with that, just go to my site, philsgang.com. And by the way, today will be my seventh edition of How Closer Are We Getting to the Stock Market Crash. Go to my YouTube channel. I'll post it after 5 tonight. And it'll identify, again, why I believe we're getting closer and closer to a market crash. One of the biggest signs is Larry Kudlow is hot on the market. That's one of the biggest signs, I'll tell you that right now. One of the biggest problems we're having is our deficit. Our deficits are crushing us. You can't keep spending, like in your home, you can't keep spending more than you take in. The government is spending so much more than they're taking in tax revenue. And they have to go out and borrow. Do you know we have to be paying about $500 billion a year in interest alone on the money that we're borrowing? That's killing us. That's killing us. And this pandemic, all they want to do is keep this pandemic going to keep the stock market going. What drives the stock market is the pandemic. The last thing they want is for the teachers to go back to work. They don't want these teachers to go back to work. They want to keep this pandemic going because we have pandemic, the more stimulus they need. Do you hear what they're saying? They got to send another $100 billion to the teachers or another $200 billion to the teachers, whatever. When soon as somebody hears that, they buy stocks. Every time they hear a stimulus, they go buy stock. You got to be kidding me. Our government spent $4.2 trillion in stimulus. $4.2 trillion. To subsidize $250 billion in lost wages. But you don't hear that from him, do you? Listen to this.
The numbers we just got for the month of January on retail sales and housing and production and cars were fabulous.
Okay, let's talk about that. That's debt. How do you think people, they're out there buying retail? He says they're retail. Their debt is soaring. People just keep putting their stuff on. When you have zero interest rates, low rates, that is a problem. Because people keep going spending. And then all of a sudden they can't spend anymore. And we're seeing that right now with the 10-year Treasury yield. Inflation is starting to pick up. Once you have inflation, that kills your stock market, kills the economy. Everything stops. And we're getting closer and closer with that. You can't keep printing money every day. And that's what they're doing. Every day they're printing money. You know they were printing $3 trillion over a 4-year period of time for QE. Now they're printing in a single quarter $3 trillion a quarter instead of $3 trillion over a 4-year period of time. They're printing $3 trillion in a single quarter. The problem you need to have is you don't know which stocks to get in. You don't know which stocks to get in. Right now, you want to make sure whatever stock you're buying, it's a stock that's making what we call a power stock, is making a new high. That's where they're parking their money. The big institutions are buying stocks where they're now making new highs. And that's where you want to be. And those are the best stocks to be in. And then on the other side, you want to be watching the cruise lines, because they've got a beautiful story. Our CCL went up today. We own CCL, went up nicely again today because they got a beautiful story. They're saying, look at this, everyone's getting their vaccine. So everybody's going to start going on cruise ships again. So what happens? The stock starts going up. All you need to know, though, is when do I get out of Carnival Cruise? When do I get out of one of our other stocks, Royal Caribbean, went up today. When do I get out of Royal Caribbean? See, this is what you need to know. When do you get out of these? Vegas. We had a beautiful day today with Las Vegas Sands, one of our casino stocks. But anybody can get in a stock. It goes up. It just goes up. The key is, how do you get out? And which ones do you know to get into? Well, that's where we come from. Join my gang free for 10 days. All we ask is you help St. Jude when you're making money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Earlier this week, I said, why don't you join my gang and follow me with two bank stocks. I said the ETF, KRE, that's the small mid-cap stocks. I also, an individual, a regional bank, RF. Now, RF is looking really good, and you should join the gang. It's free for 10 days, and why don't you, during the 10 days, follow me on RF as I guide you through. And during those 10 days, don't use your own money, just do it on paper, but I will guide you through RF. And you'll see with my color-coded chart how it identifies. It tells us when to get in, when to add to the position, when to run like hell. It's color-coded. It works. Stop listening to these people on the fake Business News Network. They only know one thing. Everything's wonderful. That's their job. They got to sell you. They got to make sure you're in a good mood or you're not going to go out and buy a car. They got to get you to buy a car. Notice who their advertisers are. Mostly auto dealers, auto manufacturers. So you got all these networks competing for the same advertising dollars. So who can ever lie the best, who can ever get everybody pumped up the best, that's where the advertising dollars go. So you're being sacrificed. When you listen to this right here, when you listen to this kind of nonsense, right? I mean, this is idiotic. This is just ridiculous when you hear something like this.
It's a red-hot economy, folks.
Red-hot economy? There's no red-hot economy. But why is he saying that? You know the economy's not red-hot. Because his job is to get more advertising dollars. He's got to get more advertising dollars. If they think that Larry Kudlow can sell better than somebody on CNBC, then they're going to get the advertising dollars. It's a game. It's a game. And they're not telling you the truth. I couldn't believe the other day was another one came out and said, she came out and said how there's no bubble. She said there's no market bubble.
This is not a market top, and frankly, not a bubble.
How could you say this is not a stock market bubble? We've gone up 470% without earnings. I explained the way the market goes up since 2008. The Federal Reserve made a deal with the pension funds, with the insurance companies. They said, we'll print money, we'll come in, we'll buy your treasuries, and then you take that new cash and you keep buying stocks so we can move the stock market up artificially. All you need to know is when to get out in time. There's nothing wrong with that. Let them do that. Let them push the market up. When you got a stock market, the PE ratio, the value is almost 40 when it should be 15. When you got the fear meter, never drops below 20. When it drops below 20, that is danger, red light. It's dropped below 20. But you don't have to worry about any of that with us because we've got you in the right stocks at the right time and getting you out at the right time so you can sleep at night. And better yet, you're going to make money when the market goes down, the stock goes down. You know, they're telling us every day, as soon as these lockdowns end, the economy, the activity is going to go right back and return to normal. That is not true. Stop listening to that. When they stop the lockdowns, if they ever do, because remember, they want to keep the lockdowns because they don't want the economy to get better. Because if the economy gets better, the stock market stops going up. And who controls who controls Congress? Who controls everything? The top 1 percentile. They don't want the economy getting better. They want to keep this COVID going as long as they can. But even if they were being honest, and they're saying as soon as this lockdown ends, everything's going to go back to normal. There's no more normal. Normal is gone forever. Forever. Are you kidding? And they're saying, well, it just requires one more stimulus package, $1.9 trillion. That would be okay again. Stimulus does nothing. It does nothing for the economy. Productivity does. Plowing money back into a company so that your workers have new machinery and equipment and they can increase productivity so they can get their wages increased, so they can increase savings, increase spending. But they don't do that. Foreigners right now are selling their treasuries. And it's causing interest yields to rise. That's a problem. But they're not going to tell you about that. Kudlow or CNBC, these guys aren't going to tell you about that. I tell my members this every day. Well, look at what's going on with the 10-year Treasury yield, how it's climbing. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That will rip this market apart. But that's okay because we're going to be in advance of it. We're going to be ahead of all this. You can't sit there and tell me the economy is great when you got auto loans and credit cards and student loan debt growing 30% faster than the economy, and 38% faster than wages. Come on. I mean, enough lying. What you got to do is just stay with a few good stocks through this. You don't need 10 stocks. You don't need 15. There's no such thing as the hot stock. We stay with our same group of stocks. We make it so easy for our members. Do you know we've been with the same 5 stocks for over 3 years? Same 5 stocks. What's wrong with that? You don't think we make money? Really? We make more money than anybody. What do I mean by that? Anybody who does more than 5 stocks. You can't make money more than 5 stocks at a time. It's too many. The key is to just do 5 good stocks that's in everybody's portfolio. Caterpillar is in everybody's hedge fund and pension fund and 401k. Same with Intel. Same with Goldman Sachs. Same with Schlumberger. And same with Lowe's. If all you did is stay with those 5 stocks and waited for the buy signal and the sell short signal, but you just got to wait until it sets up. And when that buy signal sets up and that sell signal sets up, you'll always be out in time and you'll always be in time. You'll always be maximizing your profits. But better yet, when the stock starts going down, you'll be making money as the stock goes down. Right now, if you go and take a look at the VIX index, that's the fear meter. We've never seen it this low. When the VIX is low, it's telling us the stock market is way overbought, and it is. It's hugely overbought. It's insane overbought. A PE ratio almost 40%. That's insane. And gold stocks right now, those are going to be the hot stocks. And we're shorting them right now. We're shorting gold. We're shorting gold right now. We're doing very, very well with our gold. G-O-L-D. We short it. We're making money as it goes down. And we're making money on our copper going up. But all the gold stocks, we're going to sell them short on the way down, gold. And then we're going to catch it right on the way back up. By staying with that same stock, you catch the cycle. That's how you make money in a stock market. Catch that cycle on the way up. Catch the cycle on the way back down. That's how it works. Once you learn that, it makes a whole big difference. It really does. We know one thing, that right now, when we took a look, as I said earlier, the pension funds and the insurance companies, they're responsible for much of the stock market rally in the last 10 years. Actually, since 2010, I should say. And they're not going to continue to sell their assets for more cash to purchase stocks, to move the stock market up artificially, to help the Federal Reserve, to create a fake stock market. They can't keep doing that. And we're seeing now the amount of bonds, amount of treasuries, both the pension funds and insurance, they're holding on now. They're not selling as many. That's giving us a big That's giving us a big signal. That's telling us the stock prices are going to start backing up. Stock prices are going to start contracting. See, this is where we help you. These are the things we help you with. And the other problem we're seeing, that do you know how many businesses have gone bust? But we're telling us we got the best economy ever? How can Carlos say that? When we got 100,000 small businesses, the backbone of our economy, going broke. All these small businesses going down. And he's trying to tell us we got a good economy? No, look, the idea is join my gang, philsgang.com. Join over the weekend. When you start with us, just stay with the same 5 stocks. Do exactly what we tell you to do using our color-coded chart. When to buy, when to add, when to sell, when to sell short. Do exactly what we tell you to do for 10 days. And you're going to say, God, I wish I did this a long time ago. I wish I did this a long time ago. And then when you do start making money, please remember St. Jude. That's all I ask you. Remember St. Jude. Look, there's nothing like the stock market. There's nothing wrong with the market. It's the fake business news network is why you lose money. These are the same people that told you before the market wasn't going to crash, and it did. Have a great weekend. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.